smartest giant in town. George was a giant, the scruffiest giant in town. He always wore the same pair of old brown sandals and the same old patched-up gown. I wish I wasn't the scruffiest giant in town, he said sadly. But one day, George noticed the shop. It was full of smart clothes, so he bought a smart shirt, a smart pair of trousers, a smart belt, a smart stripy tie, some smart socks with diamonds up on the side, and a pair of shoes. Now I am the smartest giant in town, he said proudly. George left his clothes behind in the shop when he was about to go home. When he heard a sound, on the pavement stood a giraffe who was sniffing sadly. "What's the matter?" asked George. "You're a cold giraffe, but look at me up and down. I am the smartest giant in town." George came to a river. On a boat stood a goat who was bleating loudly. "What's the matter?" asked George. "It's my sail," said the goat. "It blew away in the storm. I wish I had a strong new sail for my boat." "Cheer up," said George, and he took off his new white shirt. "It kept coming unstuck anyway," he said as he tied it round the mast as the goat's boat. It had a magnificent sail. "Thank you," said the goat. George strode on singing to himself. "My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe, my shirt on a boat, a sail for a goat. But look at me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town." George came to a tiny ruined house. Beside the house stood a white mouse with lots of baby mice. They were all squeaking. "What's the matter?" asked George. "It's our house," squeaked the mother mouse. "It burnt and now we have nowhere to live. I wish we had a new house." "Cheer up," said George, and he took off his one of his shoes, shiny shoes. It was giving me blisters anyway," he said, as the mouse and her baby scrambled inside. The shoe made a perfect home for them. "Thank you," they squeaked. George had to hop along the road, but now he didn't mind. As he hopped, he sang to himself, "My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe, my shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. But my shoe is a house for a little white mouse. Look at me up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town." George came to a campsite. Beside the tent stood a fox. He was crying. "What's the matter?" asked George. "It's my sleeping bag," said the fox. "I dropped it in a puddle. I wish I had a warm, dry sleeping bag." "Cheer up," said George, and he took off one of his socks with diamonds up in. "It was tickling my toes anyway," he said. As the fox snuggled into it, it made a very fine sleeping bag. Thank you, said the fox. George hopped singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat. I was a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of my socks is a bed for a fox. But look at me, up and down. I'm the smartest giant in town. Isn't that Princess and the Pea?
Oh, it looks like it, doesn't it?
George came to a big squelchy bog. Beside the bog stood a dog who was howling. What's the matter? asked George. It's this bog, said the dog. I need to get across, but I keep on getting stuck in the mud. I wish there was a safe, dry path. Cheer up, said George, and he took off his smart new belt. It was squishing my tummy anyway, he said as he laid it down over the back bog. It made an excellent path. Thank you, said the dog. The wind started to blow, but George didn't mind. He hopped on, singing to himself. My tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of my socks is bed for a fox. My belt helped a dog who was crossing a bog, but my trousers are falling down. I'm the coldest giant in town. Suddenly George felt sad and shivering and not all smart. He stood on one foot and thought, I'll have to go back to the shop and buy some more clothes, he decided. He turned round and hopped all the way back to the shop. But when he got there, it was closed. Oh no, cried George. He sank down onto the doorstep. A tear ran down his nose. He felt as sad as an animal he had met on his way home. Then out of the corner of his eye, he saw a bag with something familiar poking out of the top. George took a closer look. My gown, he yelled. My dear old gown and sandals. George put them on. He felt wonderfully uncomfortable. I'm the coziest giant in town, he cried, and he danced back home on the road. Outside of his door stood an animal. He was helped. There was carrying an enormous present. Come on, George, they said. Open it. George untied the ribbon. Inside, it was a beautiful gold paper crown and a card. Look inside the card, George, said the animals. George put on the crown on his head and opened the card. Inside it said, your tie is a scarf for a cold giraffe. Your shirt is on a boat as a sail for a goat. Your shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of your socks is a bed for a fox. Your belt helped a dog who was crossing the bog. So here is a very fine crown to go with your sandals and gown of the kindest giant in town. The end.